So let's do macro. So there's this thing called macro pressure. It's a real thing. This is not a joke. Okay, this is a PSA. We're doing macro pressure. What that is when you use Vim, you'll eventually get really good at using Vim. But here's the problem. That the moment you start recording a macro, you'll forget everything you know and it'll feel like your fingers are filled with cement. It's the craziest thing ever. It's called macro pressure. It's like stage fright, sort of. So let's go over here and let's download this little example time. All right? So here we go. Also, I do remember before we do that, I do want to go over this. I did put a little cue for me to remember this. I remember seeing my first macro ever done, and it blew my mind. So let me show you it. I still remember it to this day. So I'm going to just do test.js, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. We're going to start. We're going to create an array, all right? Let's just create an opening array. And I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to just manually type out the letters. I know you can do the mappings and all that. But let's just pretend we couldn't do it for a moment, and we want to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 all the way up to some number. Like this would be very annoying if you had to manually type it all out, right? So we're going to do a macro. So what we're going to do is I'm going to press Q. Now Q will put you into macro mode. Then I'm going to type any letter I want, A. Now notice what it says down there. Macro pressure has now started. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm going to mess this up because now it's recording every one of my keystrokes. Ugh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this line with highlight line. I'm going to yank it. I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to press Control A. Control A will increment your number. If you're in Tmux, you have to press it twice. If you have a Tmux remap on A, I'm in Tmux. I have a remap on Control A, so I have to press it twice. But in regular Vim, Control A will auto-increment any number that is the first one that it sees in a line. It's a fantastic feature. I use it all the time. It's crazy. So now all I have to do is press Q one more time, and I'm done. Oh, OK, we made it. I pressed it. I did it the right way. So now if I press @, I press A, it yanked, it controlled A. Awesome. I can do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. I can do 100 at A, and it will go, and it will do it 100 times. Hopefully there's a few smiles out there like, hey, wait a second, that's kind of cool. Like I can record a set of keystrokes and replay them. That means I can get pretty generalized here. So that, remember when someone earlier asked about multiple cursors? This is kind of where I'm saying, hey, maybe multiple cursors isn't quite what you wanted. We'll find out, because motions have a lot more power than simply editing text. They can do a lot more items. All right. That was really cool. That was my first macro experience, and when I saw that, I don't know. Personally, that just blew my mind. I got so giddy excited about it. All right, so I'm just going to quit that file, and now let's cut and paste this file, send it down. Let's go forward. Yeah, thank you. I said wow too. I thought it was awesome also. Yes, just now. That person said it too. All right, so let's curl this file down and let's do some macros. This is going to be tons of fun. All right. Also, everyone hopefully will get macro pressure, and everybody will screw it up. It'll be fantastic. All right. So what do we want to do? Yes, also I did write this code with the macro. I wrote all of this code with the macro and just made it play itself. So what do we want to do? All right, what I want to do is I want to take this code and I want to convert it into a switch statement. Right? Well, unfortunately, there is just like a lot of things to do here, right? We could use a find and replace, right? I could do a star and kind of figure that out. Match everything, say, up to the first double quotes, group it, match it up to the second double quotes, match everything afterwards, replace it with a case statement, get that, re-put in double quotes, put the colon on there, you got it, right? So we could do that with a case statement, but let's do it with a macro instead. Actually, here, I'll just show you really quickly how to do it with find and replace. Sometimes it's just easier, so I'll just do a dot star, match the whole line. I'm going to go all the way up to a quotes. Remember, regexes are greedy, or they're opposite of greedy, lazy. I'm not really sure what the right word is. They keep matching until they can't match any longer. So they're definitely not greedy. But they don't feel very lazy either. They just keep going. I'm not sure what the right term is. I know there's a term and I've forgotten it. Do that one-eye Kirby that I always tell you about. And there we go. Create a match group. Then I'm going to do another quote. Awesome. And then I'm going to just match the rest of the line. And then I'm going to replace it with case that. There we go. By doing this, boom, we got them all. Awesome. They are now all turned into case statements when they were just if statements. But for the sake of this, let's not do that. Let's use macros. It's kind of like a, let's see, no, what is it? This is kind of a trivial case, but it's just more of an exercise that we can all do together. All right, so now we need to do this. What are we going to do? What's the first letter you press? Q. We need to start the macro. We're going to start on the line we want to replace. Q. All right, what letter do we want to use? I just always use A. Replace my macro. There we go. We're recording at A. Here we go. All right, we're going to do this. The pressure's on. So I'm going to teach you a very cool keystroke, which is, how do we go to the beginning of the line? Well, it's actually pretty hard to go to the beginning of the line because we can't just use W. Notice that if we're on the else if, there's an extra W. So we need something that just goes to the beginning. So I'm going to do underscore, right? Underscore will go to the first non-white space character of the line. Awesome. Now we're going to do a couple other commands that we haven't learned yet. It's just going to be exciting, okay? You're going to type the word T. Now, T is a very special command, but we're going to get there. So we're going to do this. D for delete, T, and then quotes. It's going to delete up until the quotes. Yay. Now we're going to use F. F, quotes. It's going to hop to the next one. We're going to go over one, and we're going to use D dollar. Awesome. So we've just done all of that. We have now erased everything around it. I'm going to use Shift A to go into insert mode at the end, put in a colon, and then I'm going to leave insert mode. Then I'm going to use Shift I to go to the first non-white space character and type in case space. Oh man, we're so close. We haven't messed it up yet. I thought I was going to mess it up. We haven't. This is fantastic. I'm going to press Control C to leave insert mode, and I'm going to go J, J. 2 J's down. Now I'm going to press Q. Now we've stopped our macro. So if I've done this correct, it should go to the beginning of the line, delete up until the double quotes, jump to the next parenthesis or the next quotes, then delete everything beyond that, do the colon insertion and then the case insertion, and then go 2 down. So at A. At A. I can do 10 at A. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that thing go. There we go. We've done it. We've just used a macro to replay and be able to do this. This is I actually genuinely thought I was going to screw that up in front of everyone because it's just so easy to screw that one up. But we did it. We were able to create a macro that can run on each line and go to the next result for us. Now imagine that since it's a macro and it just does your actions, you could use find next for where you need to jump to next. Remember, it's just a macro. It's replaying your keystrokes. All right. Remember the register? Do you remember the register that we kept pulling up? For now, for fun, let's just type in :register. In here, do you see anything that's interesting? Hopefully you're looking around and you're feeling a little astute. You'll notice that in register A, what's in register A? Well, wait a second. I mean, this looks like exactly what I just typed. Huh. I wonder if there's something we could do with that. Oh, we can.